Imagine arriving at a colony of more than 100 people, only to find that every single person has vanished. No bodies, no signs of violence, just one strange word carved into a tree. In the late 1500s, England wanted to expand its power across the Atlantic Ocean. Explorers were searching for new lands, new resources, and new opportunities. One of the most ambitious attempts was the establishment of a colony on an island off the coast of what is now North Carolina. This settlement would later become known as the Roanoke Island, and the mysterious disappearance of its people would go down in history as the legend of the Lost Colony of Roanoke. The story begins with the English explorer Sir Walter Raleigh. In 1584, Raleigh received permission from Queen Elizabeth I to establish an English colony in North America. England wanted a permanent base in the New World that could compete with the growing Spanish Empire. In 1585, the first group of settlers arrived at Roanoke Island, but life there was extremely difficult. The colonists struggled with food shortages, harsh conditions, and tense relationships with local Native American tribes. Within a year, the colony failed and the settlers returned to England. But Raleigh did not give up. In 1587, another group of settlers set sail for Roanoke. This time, there were about 115 people, including men, women, and children. Their leader was John White, an artist and explorer who had been to the region before. This second colony was meant to become a permanent English settlement. Soon after arriving, the settlers faced the same struggles as before. Food was limited, and relations with some local tribes were uncertain. The colonists realized they needed more supplies if they were going to survive. So they asked Governor John White to return to England and bring back help. In late 1587, White sailed back across the Atlantic. He expected to return quickly with food, tools, and reinforcements. But fate had other plans. At that exact time, England was preparing for a massive war with Spain. The powerful Spanish fleet, known as the Spanish Armada, was threatening to invade England. Because of the war, every available ship in England was needed for defense. John White could not secure a vessel to return to Roanoke. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. White desperately tried to return to the colony, but the war delayed him again and again. Finally, after 3 long years, he managed to sail back to Roanoke in 1590. What he found shocked him. The settlement was completely abandoned. The houses had been carefully dismantled. There were no signs of battle, no burned buildings, no skeletons, no graves. It looked as if the entire community had simply packed up and left. But where had they gone? White and his crew searched the island. Then they noticed something strange carved into a wooden post. The word CROATOAN. Nearby, the letters CRO were carved into a tree. This was not completely random. CROATOAN was the name of a nearby island and also the name of a friendly Native American tribe that lived there. Today, that island is known as Hatteras Island. Before John White left in 1587, the colonists had agreed on a signal. If they were forced to leave the settlement, they would carve the name of their destination somewhere visible. If they were in danger, they would also carve a cross. But there was no cross. That suggested the colonists had not left under attack. White believed they likely moved to CROATOAN Island for safety and resources. However, before he could investigate further, a powerful storm struck the area. His ship was badly damaged, and the captain refused to continue searching. John White was forced to return to England without ever finding out what happened to his people. Even more heartbreaking, among the missing colonists was his granddaughter, Virginia Dare. She had been born in the Roanoke colony in 1587 and became a symbol of early English America. White never saw her again. Over the centuries, historians and archaeologists have tried to solve the mystery of the lost colony. Several theories have emerged. One possibility is that the colonists simply joined a nearby Native American tribe. Some historical accounts from later explorers mentioned tribes whose members had gray eyes or claimed to have ancestors who were English settlers. Another theory suggests the settlers attempted to move inland toward the area around Chesapeake Bay, where they originally planned to build their colony. Some researchers believe the settlers may have split into multiple groups to survive. One group could have gone to CROATOAN Island, while another traveled deeper into the mainland. There is also the darker possibility that conflict, disease, or starvation slowly wiped them out. Modern archaeological discoveries have added more clues. Artifacts such as English pottery, tools, and weapons have been found in Native American settlements in the region. These items suggest that the colonists may have lived among local tribes after leaving Roanoke. But no definitive proof has ever been found. The disappearance of more than 100 people without clear evidence remains one of the most famous mysteries in American history. Unlike many historical mysteries, there are no dramatic battlefields or sunken ships to examine, just a quiet island, a vanished settlement, and one strange word carved into wood: CROATOAN. Even today, the legend of the lost colony continues to fascinate historians, writers, and mystery lovers. The story has inspired books, documentaries, and even television series. Standing on the shores of Roanoke Island now, it's hard to imagine the fear and uncertainty those settlers must have felt 400 years ago. Did they leave peacefully to start a new life among friendly tribes? Did they struggle to survive in an unfamiliar wilderness? Or did something far more mysterious happen?